Welcome to Specific Love. Whether you like camping or hiking, at some point you're going to want to make a fire. So here are 10 great fire starters that you can make with household items. Let's begin. First up, you're going to need some duct tape. Now, you need the good quality stuff. Don't get the cheap dollar brand. It doesn't seem to work as well. But get some duct tape. And then you're going to need a cotton ball. Now, I've taken some of the duct tape and I've wrapped it around the cotton ball, and this just helps keep some of the water and whatever dirt I might get on it off of it. Now you can take this, you can rip it open if you can. Now you can see all the fibers from the cotton ball showing. And you can take a lighter, and if you light off the cotton, it'll then burn enough to catch the duct tape on fire. There you go. For the next one, we're going to use crayons and some large cotton balls. So we've taken some of the crayons, we've broke them up, and we're going to melt these down. Now that we have the crayons melted, I just happen to have a toothpick, and we're going to dip these cotton balls in. Hopefully it will stay on the toothpick. And there is a very colorful fire starter. Try this again with the second one. Actually, we'll just use my hands this time, see if I can keep from getting burned. That is very cool. Alright, let's see how well these burn. There we go. Very quick to burn. And they seem, they're very quick to light, and they seem to be burning very well. It's a cool little colorful fire starter. For this next one, I've been collecting some sawdust from some of my other builds. Put it in this bag. We're going to use sawdust. We're going to use a nice egg carton. Now this has to be the cardboard type version. Don't use the plastic. And of course, some candles. Alright, now we have one of the actual egg cartons in the little holder there. We're going to put a little bit of sawdust in it. Okay, now we're going to carefully add some of this wax from this candle. Now we're going to give this a little bit of time to fully cure, and then we'll light this on fire. Next up, we're going to use some dryer lint and a toilet paper roll. We've wound the dryer lint up into somewhat of a nice round shape here, and we have stuffed it inside the toilet paper roll. That's just to give it some structure. Now we're also going to be using some of the candle wax. Pour that right nicely inside there, and if you can see, it is quickly absorbing that wax into that dryer lint. Alright, we're going to give that a second to cure, and then we'll light it up. This should be cured enough. We're going to let my son light this up. For the next one, we're going to use some petroleum jelly and a tampon, so make sure you raid your wife's closet to find these. Open these right up. The great thing about tampon is they're primarily just cotton. So we're going to take this, spread it out a little bit. Take your petroleum jelly. I'm going to stick this down in there. Get it nice and moist on both sides of it. Now make sure you might want to either wipe your hands off really well before doing this, or in my case I'm going to have my son reach in here and light this for me so I don't catch my own hand on fire. It'll sometimes take a second or two to get that cotton on fire. Once you get it going though, as you see there, it's a nice stable burn. If you want it to burn a little faster, you can always hold it up like so, and you can really feel that starting to go. Ooh, it's getting hot. But there you go. Tampon and some petroleum jelly. Next up, we're going to use a Q-tip, or maybe just half a Q-tip, and some chapstick. First we want to try and fluff up the Q-tip a little bit, so we want to get some of that cotton nice and exposed. So something along those lines there. And we want to rub it in this chapstick. Rub it in really good. And then you can take it and you can stick it down into the chapstick. Just like so. And we're going to light this thing up. There we go. Looks a lot like a candle. That's kind of what it is. A chapstick candle. Alright, next up, what a lot of people have now is hand sanitizer. Let's put a little bit of this on the tray. Now I'm going to use some paper to start this just for safety's sake. Now it may not look like anything's going on in the hand sanitizer. That's because it's basically a clear flame. Now watch this as I stick another piece of paper right near it. Boom. Instantaneous flame. Alright, and to show you that it's still going on, look at there. So make sure, if you're going to use hand sanitizer, be very careful not to get to it if it's on fire, or just make sure you get your hand somewhere near it, like here. I can feel the heat from it from this far away. So make sure it is out before you get burned. Now we're going to give some chips a try. So open up your nice favorite type of chips. In my case it happens to be Pringles. I'm going to show you how flammable these are. And that is a great way to get your fire started using your favorite snacks. Next up, we're going to peel an orange. Yes, I said an orange. Now if you leave it out and let the peel get nice and hard after a couple days, it'll dry out, and you should be able to light this up. Now sometimes this can be a little bit difficult to get started at first because of all the oils and liquids that are still inside, but give it a moment of lighter, and there you go. Alright, what a lot of people forget when they have birthdays, if you get the relightable candles, these can also work great when you're trying to start a fire. Now my son's going to light up these candles, Now the good thing to remember about lighting up these candles is that sometimes it'll take a minute or two for the wick and the wax to really get going. So if you can cover these up and keep them lit and give them just a few seconds, sometimes they'll start to spark, and that'll be part of the way you can know that they're ready to be blown out. And there we go, there's a little sparks going on there. Now my son's gonna give it a try and blow them out. Now here's the key to these candles that relight. Even though they look like they may be fully blown out, give them just a few seconds and they will relight. Even on the back there is a warning. It says to put these out you need to submerge them in water for up to 5 minutes. So that way there is no chance of them relighting. Give them just a moment and boom. So that way, that's a great way, if you're out in the wilderness, if you can get these lit, that you don't have to worry about the wind blowing them out. If you enjoyed this collection of ideas, make sure you click the like button, tell us what you think about it in the comments, and as always, have fun building.